You're okay.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the meeting to order. Verify we have a quorum. If you would like to speak during our comments period, please sign in with Jana there at the front table. Call the meeting to order. Routine matters. Number one, approve minutes of the executive and regular session of February 14, 2022, executive session March 9, 2022, and special board meeting work session on March 10, 2022. Becky makes the motion. Allison seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Approve the agenda. Allison makes the motion. Becky Humphrey seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Approve claims to date. Those in your board packet we went over. Allison makes the motion. Becky White seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. I'll read all these together. Approval of personnel and ECA recommendations. Emily Garland, new hire BSc Instructional Assistant. Chandler Snelling, new hire BSc Instructional Assistant. Amber Simmons, resignation from BSc Cafe. Kimberly Hahn, resignation from SCS Bus Monitor. Christy Henry, resignation from BSc Instructional Assistant. Jennifer Martin, resignation from SMS Golf Coach. Jamie Walker, resignation from SHS Science Teacher. Lauren Singleton, resignation from SHS Science Teacher. Michael Craigle, resignation from BSc Instructional Assistant. Caitlin and Garrett Ellis, resignation from Middle School Track Coaches. Separately, Middle School Boys Track Coach. Nick Roby, Middle School Boys Assistant Track Coach. Garrett Ellis, Middle School Golf Coach. Mark Gibson, Volunteer Assistant Track Coach. Adam Ohl, Volunteer Assistant Baseball Coach. Tim Anderson, Volunteer Assistant Baseball Coach. Don Burton, Volunteer Assistant Baseball Coach. Kevin Albertson, Volunteer Assistant Baseball Coach. Beth Smith, Volunteer Assistant Boys Golf. Joe Smith, Volunteer Assistant Boys Golf. Andrea Smedley, Volunteer Assistant Boys Golf Coach. Deborah Gilstrap, BSc Cook, moved from sub position to part-time. Teresa Brewer, SMS Cook, moved from sub position to part-time. Rose Anderson, SHS Cook, moved from sub position to part-time. Cynthia Ewing, SHS Cook, moved from sub position to part-time. Joanna Nicholson, SHS Cook, moved from sub position to part-time. Chastity Anderson, SHS Cook, moved from sub position to part-time. Kennedy Bruff, Volunteer Varsity Softball Coach. Madison Wilcox, Volunteer Varsity Softball Coach. Kelsey Harrell, BSc Tutor. Nick Roby, Middle School Boys Tennis. Heather Nell, Dance Coach. It's a lot.
Good job.
I'll make the motion.
I think Allison made a motion. You got a second? Allison makes a motion. Becky White seconds. All those in favor, raise your hand. Donations. I'm going to read 5, 6, and 7. Consider approval of a donation to SHS Camp Club. It's Coast Plate. I'm not even going to try to say that. Manga. For $650 from the Washington County Substance Abuse Council. This donation will be used for costumes, supplies, and snacks. Consider approval of a donation to SHS SAD for $750 from the Washington County Substance Abuse Council. Consider approval of a donation to SHS SAD for $2,640 from SAD Incorporated GM Scholars Program. Mark makes the motion. Becky Humphrey seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Again, there's a whole lot funner stuff now. First thing that we're going to do is Isabel Asquith, BSc student. Nicole Caldwell is going to bring her up. And this is for our Aurora Awards. We have our microphone for you.
Just so that JD can hear you.
Okay, no problem.
Congratulations, Isabel.
Good evening. Oh, is it on?
No, it's on.
Oh, it's
they
on.
can't hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. I am Mrs. Caldwell. I'm one of the assistant principals at Brady Shrum Elementary, and I would like to introduce you to Isabel Asquith. Isabel is a student in Mrs. Bass's 3rd grade, And over the holiday season, Mrs. Bass's classroom, along with Mrs. Burton, decided to write letters to people who work in the community. Isabel chose to write her letter to our postal workers, and her letter actually made it to the postmaster in Louisville, Kentucky. The postmaster decided to figure out where Brady Shrum is from. She was so impressed with Isabel's writing skills and the kindness that she had shown that she reached out to our school to find out a little bit about Isabel. And she ended up mailing Isabel a package thanking her for her awesome kindness that we hope all of our students at Brady Shrum show. So if you guys could congratulate Isabel.
We'll also let everyone know that all of our Aurora Award winners will receive a patch that say Aurora. They've been ordered. They just haven't come in due to supply chain issues, but hopefully they'll be in soon. And we will get them to everyone that gets one.
Good job.
We do.
Our next group is going to be the choir's gold ratings. If you want to come up as I say your name, Malachi Eddings, Maggie Gibson, Katie Hobbs, Nita, how do I say that? Sharkey. And Darius Porter.
Verda here? Is Verda here? Verda? Come down. You still talk about them. Do you want to get them over in front of the...
We need to go over to
Yeah. On the screen.
Hey, we're going over there, Bert.
Yeah, hold on. She's got a microphone so you can talk. You can tell them.
These kids, first of all, they have to get a gold rating at district, which was down at Floyd Central. And we had 2 more kids that I'm sure would have got state gold medals, but one of them was competing in a nationwide, no, that's a lie, a worldwide competition at Butler. And that was Jimmy Gibson, so he couldn't go to the state ISMA because he was at Butler, and he came in 4th. So that's pretty much like a gold for him too. These kids did an amazing job. They really worked hard on their solos, so they were up against all the other kids in the state of Indiana. So congratulations.
Our next group is SMS and SHS bands. Gold ratings at ISSMA solo and ensemble. Ryler, Riker, Sparkman for the trumpet, Delaney, Predmore for the flute, Anna Hobbs, alto saxophone. Are they here?
Come on down.
Come on down, sorry.
Just like the Price is Right.
Selena Snyder, clarinet, Caroline Casey, trumpet, Sarah Call, alto, saxophone, Addison Hope, clarinet, and Audrey Bauer, trombone.
Did you skip Alex Blake?
Alex Blake, trombone.
Mrs. Dowling, yeah, there she is.
These students participated in the ISMA District Solo and Ensemble Festival. They all played solos. They did very well, received a gold rating, and several are not here because they're involved with many other things, like most of our students here at Salem are. But they did a great job, and I'm very proud of them. Thank you for honoring us.
There's a picture over there.
Our next group is one person.
Yeah, one person.
Butler University Vocal Competition, one of the 21 total semifinalists, Jimmy Gibson.
He could make it tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Our next group, Salem Lions football team, semifinalists for the National Football Foundation National High School Academic Excellence Award. Coach Thompson.
Bring everybody up.
Bring everybody up. I'll list them here. Adam Mole, Danny Bowling, Harley Shockey, Grant Mahurin, Devin Rivers, Noah Deaton, Seth Ponsford, Mason Gilstrap, Cam White, Johnny Talley, Wyatt Chasteen, Jackson Bruff, Justin Stevenson, Caleb Tucker, Braden Cummings, Malachi Lee, Noah Risen, Trevin Smedley, Kellen Humphrey, Hayden Keltner, Noah Lee, Zane Pauley, Hayden Bowman, Evan Bowling, Brady Briscoe, Brandon Cornwell, Gunnar Lawson, Keenan Richardson, Luke Fleener, Carson Cook, Riley Bullock, Blake Lorman, Gus Hanchagores, Everett Rocky, Lakin Shell, Ty Sweeney, Caden Cologne, Bryce Reinhardt, Noah Dalton, Parker Boulay, Charles Heckman, E.J. Jordan, Noah King, Malachi Pennington, Robert Heckman, Matthew Strange, Raiden Lyles, Evan Carroll, Jimmy Gibson, Grayson Hunt, Raven Schnick, Cole Bush, Joel Altemeyer, Aiden Hacker, Rogan Howie, Porter Howie, Jaden Coomer, Braxton Backus, Parker Wheeler, head coach Blair Thompson, assistant coach Clinton Blankenbecker, Noah Greenlee, Brendan McCartney, Austin Roberts, Brian Motzinger, Roger Pennington, Seth Hobson, and Tyler Sizemore.
Real proud of this group. When I took over the job, we had 32 players with more than one F. And then at the end of this semester, this award was given out to six Indiana high schools, only 2 of which were public schools. So we were one of only 2 public schools in Indiana to win this award. We ended up with 21 kids with a 3.5 or higher, 7 with a 4.0 or higher. Just really happy with what happened. And you know, it's we play a little game on Thursdays called Spin the Wheel that helps us a little bit, make sure that our grades stay the way they are. And it's a pretty good motivator. But just tickled that you know, these guys through the pandemic that were, you know, in school, out of school, in school, out of school, were able to maintain, and not only maintain, but to go from, you know, 30 with an F or more Fs and to 21 with the 3.5 or higher. It's just a great honor. It's just, you know, and that's why the success carries over on the football field, because they work hard in the classroom. So not very often do you have a football team to put in that kind of work, and just really, really blessed as a coach to have that. So congratulations, guys.
Our next group is wrestlers, semi-state qualifiers, Blake Mclaughlin, Harley Shockey, and Evan Bowling.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be up here. We have 2 of the 3 that showed up, but all 3 throughout the entire season really put out and showed up every practice through sweat and blood and tears, mostly sweat about every practice. They persevered. You know, wrestling is very individual. You have nobody else to carry you through. You have nobody else to block to you, to pass you the ball, to bounce pass, to assist. It's just you. And your individual training, your individual motivation is what gets you far in wrestling. And these guys completely exceeded my expectations at every turn. You know, from us to go from averaging 8 kids every year before I came last year to now averaging 16. and also taking 5 to semi-state over the past year is an absolute blessing. Thank you to the parents who help your kids through all this, because I know they don't do it alone. I know they don't get to practice this alone. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to coach these guys. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to come up here and say a few things. And guys, I could not be prouder of getting a semi-state. They're 1 in 64 kids in the entire state to make it to where they got this year. And that is extremely, extremely impressive. So thank you. You guys deserve a round of applause.
Picture. What's that?
Need a jerky.
Oh. Okay. Neat.
Yeah, we'll have choir gold ratings come back up and get a group picture. Malachi Eddings, Maggie Gibson, Katie Hobbs, Nita Jarkey, and Darius Porter. And our next one, SHS teacher, Stephanie Dean. Stephanie here.
Stephanie here?
Doesn't appear so.
Can we go ahead and read what it has about it?
Yep, go ahead.
Mr. Bosley, math teacher at high school, sent this to us as a nomination, and he said, "It is my pleasure to nominate Miss Stephanie Dean for an SCS Aurora Award. Mrs. Dean and I started team teaching only a few weeks ago, and it was immediately obvious that she is a special teacher. She has high expectations for both our students and herself. Mrs. Dean's students responded and started showing improvements right away. Their greatest improvements are in their motivation, self-confidence, and organization. The students respect and appreciate her for her help. Mrs. Dean has verbally affirmed that she needs a better understanding of Algebra 2. To accomplish this, she takes notes, asks for clarification, and works out the assigned problems. She is committed to learning the material so that she can better help her students. In my 29 years of teaching, I have team taught with several teachers. Mrs. Dean is by far the best that I have worked with."
SLNN News Network, JD Wade Swift, teacher. Autumn Allen, go ahead and come up if you're here. Autumn Allen, Carson Backerms, Maria Cobb, Caden Cologne, Natalie Dean, Hannah Fleener, Maggie Gibson, Holden Kidd, Kaylee Klingelsmith, Owen Martin, Jacob McCutcheon, Braden Miller, Natalie Knoll, Abigail Ratz, Devron Ross, Abby Shields, Ty Sweeney, Remington Tarr, Macy Thomas.
Waiting on Mr. Wade Swift to come down here to speak. Abby. Oh, he went that way. Oh, he's picking up one down there.
I know which one. I'd like to say thank you to these students. We started off with this group. We started off with a group of 4 at the very beginning, and we've grown after 4 years. And this year has been exceptional through all the challenges we have, learning equipment, maybe safety issues, that kind of stuff. We've gone beyond just pushing buttons and hoping to have a good newscast or a good live stream. I've been
next group's headlines yearbook staff. Monica Spalding and Megan Elgin, teachers. Abigail Bowling, Charlie Bramer, Riley Denham, Jamie Dry, Hannah Fleener, Snake Kaur, is that right? Noah Risen, Zane Phipps, Macy Hamilton, and Addie Lamar.
Our 2021 yearbook, we entered into the IUS Media Day contest and won 5 different awards, basically, in 5 different categories. So this was our first year having 2 different classes, which was a challenge. And these guys had to coordinate with us and coordinate with each other, and they did a really excellent job. And our yearbook ended up really neat with some unique, excuse me, some unique things. So we're just really proud of the job they did.
2022 Rotary Speech Club winners. First place, Hannah Fleener. Second place, Hayden Keltner. Third place, Nita Jarkey.
You've been up here 3 times, haven't you?
3 times in a row.
Sorry.
Every year, Salem Rotary Club hosts a speech contest countywide, and these 3 young people competed and finished very well in the contest. The contest is themed after Rotary's 4-way test, which is primarily viewed as a service above self, and they did an outstanding job. They are very bright. They're extremely articulate. And when I was their age, I would have been scared to death to stand up in front of a bunch of adults, as they did that day, and deliver their speech. They had 5 minutes, and they were very close to not. They were right inside that 5 minutes. They did very well. We're very proud of them, and they did very well. And once again, I'd like to congratulate them. Actually, Hannah placed first, and Hayden placed second, and Nita was third. And they all 3 did a very good job, and they are very, very, very well performed. Thank you, guys. Thanks for coming, guys. Talk too much around stuff. So.
I'm going to name each 3 of the girls' basketball team and come up as I say your name and speak of your accolades. Macy Tomlinson, HBCA All-District Team, IBCA Academic All-State First Team. Is Macy here? She's not. Abigail Ratz, HBCA All-District Team, HBCA All-Star, IBCA Academic All-State First Team, MSC All-Conference First Team, ICGSA All-State Second Team, IBCA All-State Honorable Mention. Natalie Knoll, HBCA All-District Team, HBCA All-Star, IBCA Academic All-State First Team, MSC All-Conference First Team, ICGSA All-State First Team, IBCA All-State Honorable Mention, IBCA Top 60 Invite.
As you can tell, they got a lot of accolades this year. One of the things that's not mentioned on this paper is how wonderful these young ladies are. It makes any coach proud to walk into the gym every single day and see them lace it up and be out there. So it's easy to go to practice when you got not only great basketball players, but great people. We've been blessed to have those three all 4 years and even more, but having these three has been awesome. So we appreciate everything they've done for us and for the program. And I tell you what, I can't wait to see what they do at the next level, whatever they do. It's in business or in sports that she's playing basketball and she's playing volleyball. So it's going to be awesome. So I can't wait to keep on watching them play.
That's it for the Aurora Awards. This will take a moment to give you a chance to. Oh yeah, yeah. Tara knew what we were doing. So we're going to take about a couple-minute break here. We congratulate everybody that's got an award, but this is your opportunity to leave before the rest of the meeting. Thank you.
No, that was you.
Bring back up. Do we have any comments from the audience?
Anybody sign?
Do you want to speak? Go ahead and speak. I have,
Would you mind standing, please?
no, not at all.
Thank you.
I am Rebecca Down, which I know most everybody down here, in some form or fashion. Went to school with you, or even a mentor or a teacher or principal or vice principal. I do have some concerns. I moved back here to Salem when my daughter became fifth grade. Because it's a small community. Everybody knows everybody. I know, like I said, almost everybody up here. I feel like this is a place to raise your children. And a place where she would be safe. I'm a single parent. I look to, I think, back when I was in school, Jim Ralston. I think Jerry Warner, Susan Apple. And I know everybody out there thinks of those people. You don't know what grade they taught, what their position was, but they were a coach. I look to coaches for mentorship. I recently reached out to my daughter's coach, having some concerns. Instead, my daughter was disciplined for me reaching out to him. Most of you that do know me or went to school with me know that I'm no nonsense. I don't tolerate anything in my home I work for the Department of Child Services, so my job is to remove children that are abused or neglected, to look for drugs, all those kinds of things. So when I find a box full of vapes underneath my daughter's bed, I'm very concerned. Back in the day, we smoked cigarettes and drank beer. I didn't even know what half the things were under there, so I had to call somebody and ask them, is this drugs? Actually, I asked a kid too. They told me they weren't, they were vapes. I did find a picture, what looked like she was smoking marijuana. I wasn't playing around. The first thing I did was go to the store and get a drug test. I do have them available to me, so I did an instant, but that only lasts 2 days. 45 days for in your urine, so I got a urine screen. I screened, I cleaned out her room. My daughter has a bed and a dresser. No nonsense. I'm not tolerating that. I could lose my job. I messaged this coach out of frustration. Try not to cry. Out of help. It's somebody that she looks up to, whether I like them or not, that doesn't matter. And whether they like me or not, that doesn't matter. But when I reach out to this person and ask for help, it's not even in season. I don't understand why my daughter was punished, because I screened her, I checked everything, she's negative. She tells me it's from a long time ago. I tell her that
Our board policy allows for 3 minutes.
that's fine.
So,
But I'm willing to stay and talk. If you want to stay after the meeting and talk with me and Dr. Thurston, I'm willing to stay. I have no problem doing that. I'll be here.
I don't know that I really want to talk to you, Rodney.
That's fine. I'm offering to stay and have a conversation with Dr. Thurston if that's what you want to do. I have no problem doing that. I have plenty of time. So if you want to stay after the meeting, I will be here. So you can continue talking, and I'll be here to listen with Dr. Thurston.
You just talked to my daughter when I asked you to.
I will stay after the meeting. I will be here as long as you need me to be here. Do we have any other? Okay. Action items. I'm going to go through 8 through 13. No, I'm going to start with 8 because first reading of new board policies is number 13. Number 8, consider approval of affidavit for payment.
the Indiana State Board of Accounts recommends school board approve affidavits for payment prior to submission to U.S. Bank in Louisville. Our trustee, this affidavit for payment be paid from the 2021 lease financing for the FEMA safe rooms construction work pertaining to the bond. These payments are to Cutter Construction for $316,534.30. For the high school project was $16,659.70 to be held in escrow. and $155,162.55 for the middle school project, with $8,166.45 to be held in escrow. Recommend approval.
Can we get a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Becky makes a motion, Allison seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Number 9, consider approval of an out-of-state field and overnight field trip for the 8th grade class to Washington, D.C. on May 4th through 8, 2022. Becky Day is the sponsor. Becky Humphrey makes a motion, Ray seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Number 10, consider approval of an overnight field trip to Indianapolis, Indiana for the BPA Leadership Conference on March 13th through 15th, 2022. Chandra White as the sponsor. Allison makes the motion. Becky White seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Number 11, consider approval of an out-of-state and overnight field trip to Orlando, Florida on July 13th through 16th, 2022 for the SAD National Convention. Gene and Don Page as the sponsors. Allison makes the motion, Becky seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Number 12, consider approval of an out-of-state field trip to Louisville, Kentucky, Bats baseball game on 4/8/2022 for the SLNN. J.D. Wade Swift as sponsor. Sorry, J.D.
I guess.
Allison says she guesses. Becky guesses too. So all those in favor, raise your right hand. Becky White, you in favor? First reading of new board policies.
This is not any action, any votes tonight. This is just the first reading of these policies, beginning with the first policy, which is policy 0112, purpose. And the first line reads, the school board exists for the purpose of a governing system for providing a free public education in grades kindergarten through 12th grade for resident children and children of qualified employees who may be allowed to transfer into the school corporation as required by law attending the Salem Community Schools. And then going to the last line of the last policy, which is 3220, titled Staff Evaluation, it reads, the corporation annually shall provide the Indiana Department of Education with the disaggregated results of staff performance evaluations for all schools in the corporation before November 15th of each year. Again, that's just a reading, no action required.
No action required. Items from staff.
I'll share one. I sent this information to the Jostens and Herf Jones, and I don't know if you guys wanted to do anything with that tonight, or you just want to wait until the next board meeting. But Mr. Albert would like to be able to stay with Jostens, and they sent you a price breakdown for the items that are in there. So throw that out there if you want to do a motion with that tonight, or if you want to hold off on it, it's up to you.
So the question was, we moved to the other company last year, and then they went back and found out we don't have a contract with them, and the company we were with previously is a better price than.
Mr. Albert wants to get. He's always done a good job. If it's a better price, it helps.
Right.
Well, I'll make a motion that we go with Justin's.
Ray makes a motion.
I'll second.
Becky White seconds.
White.
Okay, all those in favor, raise your hand.
Thank you.
Non-action items. Do we have any non-action?
Not I'm aware of.
New board business. Any new board business? Nothing. Superintendent's report.
The construction work's going very well with the two projects. The weather is improving the speed of the construction projects. The middle school appears to be moving faster than the high school simply because Cutter only has one crew of block layers because of the pandemic and the difficulty in finding workers. So, but we're pleased with the progress they're making, and we're happy to see those projects going up as quickly as they are. So, moving ahead.
Yeah. Positive praises. We started with Ray the last two times. I'll start with Mark this time.
I would just like to say that tonight in the room, you know, with all the kids that have done wonderful things, it's just kind of a microcosm of where we want to be. You know, we've had a lot of awards with arts, a lot of awards with athletics, a lot of awards with academics, you know, people being good public servants, and this is obviously where we want to kind of take Salem schools at this point. So it was nice to see a room full of kids doing positive things.
Especially at the elementary level, to have, you know, for them to nominate somebody and bring them in. There's a lot of good stuff going on in our school system. A lot of good stuff. We got 3 pages of kids and you know, catching up from last month as well. But this was my first year actually being a part of. I had my middle daughter in swimming, and the Talley, Mrs. Talley's the coach, and it was awesome to see the high school kids there supporting the middle school kids, and John Talley and Houchin, Claire Houchin and that group. So just, you know, a sport that I've never been a part of, didn't do. My middle daughter jumped out and did it, and there's a ton of support. I've actually reached out to Christy Curley and asked why we aren't doing more of that at the elementary level, and I told her I'd, you know, bring it back up about opening the pool back up to people, because I saw the other YMCA's getting, I mean, and JD was a swim coach at one time, and, you know, we have a lot of opportunity outside the stuff that we normally do to get kids involved and watch them excel. So. Yep.
I agree with everything that they said about, and also, I have a letter to read, or card that was sent. Thank you so much for the flowers and the thoughts and prayers. For the during this time, like, we realize how much our friends and relatives mean to us, and our expressions of sympathy will always be remembered. The family of Golden Day. Also, I heard a story this morning talking about the time change, and when a lot of our bus drivers, when they pull up to get the children, a lot of it's still dark, and I'm sure there's others that do it, but it was brought to my attention. I was talking to Jeremy Lee's wife, and she said that Jeremy bought for his student, or his students on the buses, lights, flashing lights for so that he would see them whenever he pulls up. And I just thought that's above and beyond, and I love that. And he said the parents got so excited they started buying new, cooler, you know, flashing things they could put on their backpacks. And I thought that was a great idea, but I thought that was pretty awesome for him to take the initiative and to do that. And that's just one story. I'm sure there's other stories too that I would have missed. But anyway, so hats off to our bus drivers and all that they do, and with the time change and everything, I hadn't thought of that. And so it's pretty cool that they did. Also, I went to the administration building by accident earlier, and I saw the wonderful kids out there playing softball or baseball. And it was so good to see spring sports back in action, and the sun was shining, and I could have just sat there and watched them play. That was just so awesome. So anyway, there's my praise.
2 things. One, the art showcase that happened across the system the other day was just amazing. From the choir performances, it's like I was telling Malachi Eddings what a great job he did, because I had seen his, and just the artwork, and I just thought that was a great night for the students, for the families, and just to really highlight what a great program we have at all 3 levels in our school. Second thing is the Lions Unified game was this past Saturday night, and if you've never came to one of those, I would highly recommend it. It's probably one of the most joyful evenings you will ever experience. So I was really proud of our students, Angie Phipps, and the work that she does with that. But it was just such a nice to see people, just the encouragement and the love and support, and just what a great night.
And to touch on that too, I watched them on the interview with Wave 3. I think it was Thursday or Friday. But the kids did such a good job. And, you know, they I was talking to Avery Cockrell, and she said that they did have an idea of what some of the questions might be, but they handled it so well. I mean, I could not have done that and under pressure, and just they did a great job all around. And one other thing I wanted to mention was what a perk we have here is our Salem Community Schools, our health center. And I saw advertised that as of April 1st, any child in school at Salem can get a free physical through our clinic. So that is something huge, I think. I think you have to wait until April 1st so it counts for next year. But big opportunity, and it's free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I think special thanks for Mrs. Day for putting the 8th grade trip back to D.C.
Yeah.
That always was a great
That was
trip,
great to
so
see.
I'm glad someone took as the old saying, take the bull by the horns and got it off the ground. So special thanks to her for doing that. And also, all the kids that are involved in the Special Olympics or Unified Sports, a great turnout on Saturday night, and plus those kids it means something to them. It's nice to see our community doing that and our kids getting involved. Also, Jimmy Gibson sang the national anthem at the sectional, and it was super both nights that he sang that, and during the regular season when he sang also. So Jimmy did a super job. I see why he did so well at Butler also. Also, my nephew, North Harrison, was unable to attend the game, so he did live stream, and he sent me a text message and said, I don't know who the girls were on the live stream, but they did a super job, and I think it was Natalie and Abigail did that. So, but he watched that and thought they did. And Taylor, okay, they did a super job. Let's see. Well, I guess I could brag on my grandson for receiving the NHS scholarship as a semifinalist. So, Hayden Keltner. So,
Takes after Martha.
I think so. That's it.
Yeah,
Lots of good stuff.
I'm glad you brought up the arts because Macy, my youngest, drew Charlie Brown, and it was like the highlight of the last week was to go to the middle school and see her picture of Charlie Brown. We got to listen to the choir while we were there and some of the band and whatnot. So our arts department, as we're building two safe rooms for that, we got a lot of offerings for a lot of kids, a lot of good things happening here. With that, our next regular meeting will be April 11th. Same time, same place.
Also, before we end, I do want to say Richard
We're back at the.
Richard Trueblood got to go. He's out of the ICU, and he's in the regular room, which they moved him, and so he's just keep them in your thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
They're going through a lot, and we miss him much. We miss him so much on the board. So
Becky had also add thoughts and prayers to the family of Morris Rosenbaum, former superintendent of Salem Schools. Morris passed away.
I hadn't heard that today. Friday at 5 o'clock at the football field, there's going to be a prayer service for us senior Connor Anderson. So anyone who can attend that as well and show support for that family, for Connor.
Yeah, and I think they even have a site set up to GoFundMe.
Yeah, there's a GoFundMe for that as well.
To give as well to that family that's in need right now. I was wrong. April 11th, we'll be back at the admin building at the same time. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
Becky White makes the motion. Allison seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand.